So in this video, it's kind of like don't do what I did. You're going to see the outer section of two of these rings. They're not glued on straight. They're a little bit too thin in the width. And I didn't realize that at the time, but I'm realizing it as I turn it. So this is going to be a lesson in what not to do when you're turning segmented bowls. Everything right here is going quite well, pretty normal, pretty typical, but I am nervous because I kind of know in the back of my head that this isn't going to come out the way I want it to. But we just keep going. At this point, I just figure, well, let's just play with it. If it don't work, it don't work. I'll start over again. No big deal. It's not a lot of wood we're talking about here. Everything I do, I make my own wood. Right from the log to the finish. But it's going quite normal. I know something's not going to work out here. I'm just being very gingerly taking small cuts. Just trying to watch what's happening, waiting in anticipation for a blowout. One thing I wouldn't do is that scrap block I put on there is a little bit too thick. I'll bet it's about, I don't know, almost 4 inches. As I stop the lathe to look everything over, I can see there's a couple of flat spots there. And that's the indicator that's telling me that the glue up was not done correctly. So at this point, I'm just thinking, all right, let's see what we can make out of it. And we'll just keep moving forward. And if it works, it works. If it don't, no big deal. We'll start from scratch. So right here is about where we start realizing that what I thought all along, these rings were just too thin for the area that I wanted to work. So you can see the holes that are starting to develop. This is where the problems start. Because at this point I decided, all right, I'm going to cut them off and glue up a new set of rings, reattach them, and start over. So watch what happens. I'm working with a parting tool right here to cut the groove to give me a nice straight line to cut, with the intentions of being able to cut this thing off with a saw. Then I started going with the saw, as you'll see, and just felt like I got lazy. It was going to take too long. So I went back to the parting tool, and that's when the disaster strikes. Okay, this is where they say don't blink or you'll miss it. There it goes. We'll show you again in slow motion. Don't do what I did, guys. It's a disaster. Be safe. Wear them face shields.